Am I in the frame?
Yes.
Okay.
Just don't like jump up and down. There. Alright,
I'm a rebel.
If you guys introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Valerie Senavsky. I'm a horn player here at Carnegie Mellon University. I'm about to graduate. I'm originally from the San Francisco area in California. Yeah, I think that one of the most exciting things that happened to me before I went to college is that I got to be in the San Francisco Symphony Youth Orchestra. And we went on tour to Germany and Austria when I was there, and it was such a good experience. It was like 100 of your best friends go with you to a different country, but it was like you got to explore somewhere you'd never been before. We got to play in the Berlin Philharmonie for one, and then I don't know what the music hall in Munich is called, but we got to play in that one too. It was pretty great, and yeah, that's a little bit about me. I used to play like violin and viola and piano too. So I got into music because I started piano when I was 5 and just kind of went from there.
What made you choose the French horn?
So I was a copycat, and my sister had started the violin, but then they didn't have violin at my school by the time I got there. So my dad was like, hey, I used to play French horn in high school. Do you want to play? I was like, sure. So me and my sister both started the French horn when she was going into 6th grade and I was going into 4th grade, and it kind of went from there. Like I picked it up pretty well and I was having a lot of fun. So I just kept going. Here I am.
Were you influenced at all by how girly or manly the French horn is?
No, not really. That's never really been a consideration for me. I don't know. I just really liked it. I know a couple of girls that joined the French horn because they saw me playing it, and one of them really liked it because it looked like a snail. So that's pretty great. Yeah. Right? I was like, why did you pick it? And she's like, I saw you playing it and it looked like a snail and I wanted it. And then we got to play together in band and it was good.
Have you faced any criticism because you're a girl who plays the French horn?
Honestly, not really. Like, I feel like, at least my experience is that there's been pretty even amounts of numbers of girls versus guys on the horn. What I will say is that a lot of professionals are like very skewed towards male, but like in my peer circles, sexism hasn't really been an issue for one, and also just like there have been equal amounts of girls and guys that see equal amounts of success. If anything, honestly, looking at all the brass players growing up through middle school, elementary school, high school, like the better ones were more than not girls.
So they were more female?
Yeah, there were more female strong players. Like there might have been more guys overall, but the first chairs were mostly girls. I feel like we just have like a better attention span, especially when we're younger. Middle school boys are all just like.
Have you ever faced any difficult situations in band or music, like any awkward things that happened to you because you're a girl in music on level?
Honestly, I can't think of any.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
Yep.
You ever felt restricted from playing opportunities because you're a girl?
Not really, no. Just kind of did the thing, auditioned for the thing.
How many other girls are in your studio?
Right now there's 3 of us. Yeah, when I entered undergrad there were more. I feel like there were also more people in studio. So I think that it was like 5 girls and 5 guys, and now it's 3 girls and 5 guys. And a lot of us are graduating, so there's gonna be 1 girl left in studio next semester. Kind of feel bad for her, but everyone's really chill and nice to us, and there's like not, like all the horn players are pretty chill to each other. You know, there's not really any sexism problems that I've noticed.
What would you say to these girls as they're coming up? How do you encourage them to keep doing what they're doing?
Yeah, you should just be who you want to be and live how you want to live, and just like, if you like playing, keep playing. Just don't pay attention to them. They're being really dumb, honestly. Like, there's no reason that they're saying that other than that they want you to feel special in a bad way so that they can get a leg up on you in the competition. Like, it's their problem, honestly.
What are some things you wish you had when you were a brass player? Do you wish you had like another girl to look up to at all, or do you wish you had something?
That's a really interesting question. I guess I never had a peer role model. There wasn't really anyone like in the grade above me or anything that was close friends with me that was until I was in high school, that was a girl and I could like buddy up with and play duets with and stuff. But I did have some pretty great role models. I guess it was my second horn teacher. The one I had in middle school was a girl, and that was pretty great. She was pretty badass. I always looked up to her. And also the coach for the San Francisco Symphony was a girl, and she was so cool. I got this postcard of the promotional materials or whatever, and it had a picture of her on it, and I cut it out and I put it on my bulletin board, and it like had her playing on one side, and it had like inspired, creative, passionate.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same.
Like all of these adjectives on the other, and I would like look at it when I was feeling down and I'd be like, yes, this is like what I want to be. And also just being in the same room with her, she was so inspiring because she was just so badass. Like, I don't know if we're allowed to cuss or anything, but she was great. Badass. She could play like nobody's business. She was the fourth horn, and I don't know if fourth horn takes a lot of air, and she just played the living bejesus out of her part all the time. She was always telling us to like use more air, and even the guys that were in the like youth orchestra were having a hard time keeping up with her because she just had this great sound and it was big, and she's like, more air. Like, that was one of her only comments, but it was like a great comment. So find someone like that. Find someone that inspires you. So yeah, Jessica Valerie is great. She's the fourth horn in the San Francisco Symphony, but also, who is it? The fourth horn in the Berlin Phil.
Sarah Willis!
Sarah Willis! Yes, thank you. I'm terrible at names, but Sarah Willis is great. Also, Genghis Barbie is this horn quartet of chicks, and I think they make pop covers, but they're really fun. They've all got a lot of attitude. I went to the International Horn Symposium a couple years back, and they were there, and they were really cool.
What have you done that proves that you're really good at what you do?
Well, I mentioned the San Francisco Symphony Youth Orchestra tour earlier, which was awesome. Something that really cool that I've done here is I put on 2 recitals. One of them with this lovely lady right here, with the Star Wars Brass Quintet, and I had a woodwind quintet on it too. Just putting together recitals was really great. I had a sophomore recital as well where I played the Brahms horn trio. Both of them were really fun and fantastic, and yeah. I also played España by Buenovsky, which is like, I think it's crazy hard, and I am really proud of myself for like having put in the time and gotten it as good as I can get it. It was really fun. Like my recitals were like chamber recitals, so like there was lots of other people playing with me. It was good. It was a logistical nightmare, but it was great.
Like, do you think the French horn as an instrument is more of a less sexist environment than how you would perceive other brass instruments?
Yes and no. Yes, because the French horn itself is a lot better at slurring than other instruments, so they write, other brass instruments, so they write more lyrical lines for us. And so for a good horn player, you have to have a lot more like lyricism and sensitivity. And also because we're playing with a bunch of different people all the time, both the woodwinds and the brass, we have to like adjust to other people, so that takes a different kind of like attention than just like playing loudly and like slaying it down and being a leader. You really have to like meld in with other people as well. And so it takes a lot of sensitivity in that way, but it also is a brass instrument, so it takes a lot of air, and you do see larger men having more success and finding it easier to play because they can like more easily put air through the instrument. So yeah, when I look at like most of the professional world, like they are mostly guys. So that still hasn't changed, and hopefully with the number of like female French horn players that I've seen as my peers, hopefully some of us get out into the real world and like change that. Does that answer the question?
Yeah.
Sweet.